Welcome, Lens Mates. I'm Book Lens. Go ahead and get comfortable, whether you're winding down for the day or just looking for a calm voice to keep you company. Today, we're going to gently pull at a really interesting cinematic thread, one that all starts with a single name. And as you'll see, it takes us to some pretty unexpected places. So, let's start with what seems like a simple question, right? What is the movie Junior really about? But honestly, the answer is, well, it depends. It really depends on which Junior you happen to be talking about. And figuring that out is where our story truly begins. Let's begin with the newest one, the film that just hit theaters in 2025. This one was a pretty big deal, especially because it was launching a brand new star onto the scene. Okay, so this Junior came out in two languages at once, Telugu and Kannada, and it was the big debut for an actor named Kireeti Reddy. The story is all about this young man who, while he's working on a charity project, accidentally stumbles upon a huge corruption scandal. And the twist is, it's all tied back to his very own village. So you've got this mix of high energy action, some deep family drama, and a big mystery right at the center of it all. And for a first movie, Kireeti really did make a splash. As soon as it was released, social media just lit up. People were talking about his acting for sure, but the thing everyone seemed to be buzzing about was his confident screen presence and his incredible dancing. Seriously, people were saying his dance numbers were an absolute highlight of the entire film. But here's where it gets really interesting. When you look at the reviews and what people were saying, a pretty clear pattern starts to emerge. Everybody seemed to love the performances. Kireeti's debut was a hit, and having Janelia D'Souza back on screen was a huge win. The issue for a lot of people, though, was the story itself. They felt like they'd kind of seen it all before. The plot just felt a little old-fashioned, even if the actors were giving it everything they had. And make no mistake, this was not some small indie film. We're talking about a total budget of 25 crore rupees once you factor in all the marketing. So yeah, there were some really high hopes pinned on this movie, and on its young star's shoulders. It was a major investment. Okay, but here's the thing. This is where our little exploration takes a really interesting turn. For a whole generation of movie fans, when you say the name Junior, their minds go to a completely different place. A place that has absolutely nothing to do with corruption scandals or family fights. So for this, we need to hop in our cinematic time machine and go back a bit. Actually, let's go back 3 whole decades to a massive Hollywood comedy that pretty much everyone saw. It's just wild to think about. A full 31 years separates these two films. In one corner, you have the 2025 action thriller we've been talking about, and in the other, a 1994 science fiction comedy starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, you really can't get more different than that, can you? Yep, the 1994 Junior is, well, it's the pregnant man movie. That's what everyone remembers it as. The whole plot is that Arnold's character, a scientist, ends up becoming pregnant as part of an experiment. And what's really fascinating is that a movie that was just seen as a silly, high-concept comedy back then is now being looked at in a totally new light. 30 years on, critics are finding some surprisingly deep themes hiding in it. And one of those big themes, believe it or not, is bodily autonomy. It all comes together in this one famous scene where Schwarzenegger's character is defending his choice to carry the baby, and he passionately declares, "My body, my choice." It's this moment that suddenly gives a goofy comedy a really powerful political layer that still resonates today. All right, so we've got 2 films named Junior. A fun little coincidence, right? Well, what if I told you it doesn't even stop there? It seems the cinematic universe just really has a fondness for this particular title. In the exact same year that Kireeti Reddy's movie came out, 2025, another Indian film called Junior was released. This one was a Malayalam language drama from director Manu Ashokan, adding a whole other piece to the 2025 Junior puzzle. And if you can believe it, it just keeps going. Also in 2025, an animated comedy for adults from Saudi Arabia called Masamir Jr. premiered on Netflix. The plot is about three 6-year-olds who decide that the ultimate good deed they can do is to take out a pop star. So, yeah, another Junior from 2025. This is truly a remarkable coincidence. So let's just lay all 4 of these projects out side by side so we can really appreciate the sheer diversity hiding behind this one simple title. When you see it all laid out like this, it's pretty incredible. You have a Hollywood sci-fi comedy from the 90s. Then in 2025, you have a bilingual Indian action film, a Malayalam drama, and a Saudi adult animated comedy. They come from different countries, span wildly different genres, and tell fundamentally different stories, all under the same name. And it leaves us with a final thought to rest on. What are the odds? It's just a quiet little reminder that a single, simple word can be a vessel for so many different worlds. A simple name can mean something unique to everyone, depending entirely on where and when you happen to be watching. Something to think about as you drift off.